Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Lions Den podcast on a Monday night football as Leon has an upcoming game tomorrow versus Atlas. So we decided to jump on and talk about everything that happened in last jornada weekend, the Leon game versus Toluca, and looking ahead of the next matches for Leon this week. So you guys are joining us via YouTube and Periscope on Twitter. Hello, welcome. And as always, feel free to jump in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are throughout the show. As we always do, share the comments and on screen and keep the conversation going. So Monday Night Football, Carlos, Louis, how are we feeling after the Toluca game?
Solid
Really?
performance. Yeah. But I mean, really, it was one of our more solid performances of the season. I mean, the reactions have been mixed. I know, some people saying, "Oh, we didn't look any better. We just barely squeaked by." Others saying it was, not dominating one of the better performances of the season, and others, and everything in between. I'm glad we got it done. I mean, sometimes, against two good, evenly matched teams, it has to be kind of like it was. You have one moment of brilliance and you hang on. Matches between two good teams like this, they can either be high scoring both ways, or they can be kind of slugfests. And this was kind of a slugfest, and we came out on top. We did what we had to do, and slowly climbing up positions in the table. And it's like you said, Carlos. After this, I mean, this one dejó buenas sensaciones, and I think that's true more of this one than any of the recent games, even more than the Santos match.
Yeah, that was my sentiment after the game. Dejó buenas sensaciones just because we got that clean sheet, against a team that was as relentless as Toluca. It almost seemed like one of those games, like in the last 15 to 20 minutes, seemed like one of those flashback games where it was like you felt the goal was going to come by Toluca. Like you could just sense it, but it never did. And I'm really proud of the guys for sticking in there. Proud of our defense for keeping the clean sheet. But yeah, man. I mean, as of right now, the standings look a lot better. We're in 8th place now, actually tied for 7th. But we have two games coming up this week that could. Like you said, Louis, earlier today, you said it could push us into the top 4 positions, right?
Yes, we have a game in hand on several teams in front of us, including 3 of the top 4 places. Of which we are within reach. We are within reach on points of Pumas in 4th place as things stand now, with a game in hand on Pumas. If we were to beat Atlas by 4 goals or more, we would move into 4th place. But even with just a win, we'd have a shot at 5th and within striking distance of both 3rd and 4th. So a lot on the line with this doble jornada. I mean, it's nice to have a game in hand, but a game in hand means nothing if you don't get the points out of it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, big match coming up. I mean, just like that, we could make a late push in this season and get into the top 4 places, which would be huge. I'm hoping we don't have to play the play-in round because it's looking like that weekend I'm not going to be able to attend any matches because of orchestra-related things. So I'm hoping we won't have any activity in the play-in round. I'm hoping we can just skip that, and then I won't have to miss any matches.
Dang. Well, we can only hope, right? I think it depends on how we close this season. So quickly, just looking at the past jornada, Atlas played on Friday. They did lose 3-1. I saw that they gave Aldo Rocha 3 games suspension.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty.
Wait, I didn't even watch it. Wait.
I didn't
recap
watch
of what happened. I didn't even hear about this.
I didn't
watch
watch
sent
it.
Off.
Some kind of violent conduct or what?
He got 2 games for insulting the refs. Apart from that.
Oh, yeah, it was a double yellow. But then after, if you look at the replay, he said some words to the ref, and the ref was like, "Say that again," and then he walked off. And I guess that's where the extra 2 games comes in.
Atlas played. Who did they play?
Mazatlan, and they lost.
Oh, that's right.
And they lost.
Yeah.
So Atlas are in pretty bad shape right now.
Was that
which is good
at
for
home
us.
too? Or was that in Mazatlan?
Yeah, that was at home. No,
Yeah,
that
I
was
was
at
at
home.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday,
And I just
right?
saw Friday, the first Friday night game. So they gave one game for partido de suspensión for la segunda amonestación del partido, and then 2 for insulting the refs. So we won't count him in.
So Mazatlan was one of the worst teams in the league. Not the absolute worst because, well, Necaxa is still there. But
Necaxa is a dumpster fire, as Carlos would say.
One of the worst
Yeah.
teams in the league beats Atlas at home by a goleada. Well,
Todo puede
almost a
pasar.
goleada.
Mm-hmm.
And Atlas loses their best player, so they're not coming in. To say the least, they're not coming in the best of conditions.
Right.
Yeah, they're not coming in. What position are they on in the
Atlas?
table? They're
Atlas
11th.
are 11.
They're in 11th on 15 points, 3 points behind us, having played the same number of games. It's been an up and down, but mostly down season for them.
Yeah. And it's a home game for us.
Yeah.
And as a home game for us, we've been pretty good at home this season.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first game on Friday. Then we had Pachuca beating Juarez 1-0, Chivas beating Puebla 2-0. Obviously, our game against Toluca 1-0. Did you guys watch the America Santos game?
I didn't.
I
didn't see
half.
it.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I turned
It
it
was
on.
like
I was like,
20
4 goals.
Yeah, 20 minutes in, I'm like, 4 goals already? I was like, oh, this is not good.
I felt that game, that made me feel better about our game against Santos Cari. They couldn't do anything against us, whether it was with 11 or with 10. They couldn't do anything against us. And then they go into the Azteca to play the Super Leader and drop 3 goals on them and nearly get out of there with a 3-3 draw.
Well, obviously a factor there was Acevedo was back in goal. That was his first game back in goal.
But he didn't have anything to do with them dropping the 3 goals on America.
No, but he did have a couple of stops. Obviously, he did get scored on, but but on the other side, he did have a couple of good stops. So all in all, that game could have gone either or. But yeah, that was crazy. Very crazy game.
But yeah, it made me think that we're in for another early America Super Leader early exit is what I think we're gonna see in this Liguilla. It's been like 3 straight of those for them. So.
Querétaro winning 1-0 against Xolos, both with a red card. Tigres 2-1 against Cruz Azul. Pumas losing to Monterrey 1-0, and obviously San Luis goleando Necaxa 4-0 with 10 men. So
that was disappointing. I would have liked a draw in that one. Would have been the just desserts.
Luis,
la sorpresa.
Look at San Luis. Yeah, Luis. Look,
I'm looking at him. I've been looking at them all season. I still don't have much faith in them. They're not looking as good as they did at the beginning, and Necaxa is no kind of measuring stick. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying just in general, obviously. I think they have showed good things, and I do think they have potential. And we know in Liga MX todo puede pasar. Todo puede pasar.
They're going to fall out of the top 4 though. Mark my words.
To who? To us?
Could be us. Could be who else is hovering around there right now?
Chivas, Monterrey, Toluca.
Monterrey, not Chivas. Chivas will not
Monterrey
make
still has
either.
2 games, no?
Tijuana's right behind us.
I'll just make a bold prediction right now. This is not a hot take. It's just a bold prediction that San Luis and Pumas will fall the top 4, replaced by León and Monterrey.
That sounds like a hot take to me.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Okay, do you want to you can retroactively play the clip if you want.
Okay, I need to do that. Hold on.
Yeah.
You got to say it again.
So San Luis and Pumas?
Okay. San Luis and Pumas, who are currently 3rd and 4th respectively, will fall out of the top 4 to be replaced by Monterrey and León respectively. I think León will finish in 4th. Especially, this will be reinforced by the fact that León will take 6 points out of their next 2 matches. And if they do take 6 points out of their next few matches, they will finish no lower than 4th. Obviously, finishing in the top 4 doesn't mean as much as it did because they are replacing the repechaje format with the play-in format. So now the top 6 teams get a first-round bye as opposed to just the top 4. But still, I mean, you want to finish in the top 4, so you at least have one series where you finish the second leg at home.
Yeah. 3 of the next 5 are at home, so
3 of the next 5.
3 of the next
Yeah,
5.
I mean, we've played. It seems like we
visit.
played an abnormal number of road games so far this season.
Yeah.
So we got to
Sauce
win
Boy
at
agrees.
the Azteca, and we got to win at El Cuauhtémoc. Pretty easy. I mean, I'm not gonna say
Let's
easy,
talk about.
but they're
Let's say,
winnable.
Let's say, I mean, 9 points out of these next 3 games, especially because I feel like we're on an upswing now. We're getting some players healthy. I heard that Tecillo is supposed to be in the convocatoria for the next match, which,
Mhm.
you know, we can talk about how well Belon is playing and the tough decision that creates for
Replace
for,
Osby. Just replace
for
Osby and
Larcamón.
slot
Yeah, I
the
mean,
CEO there.
sure. Yeah, I agree. You know, I agree. I think Tecillo is the best left back on the roster, but our managers have not always seen it that way.
Yeah.
I know. We always say the same thing, and no one listens to us. They do it
Well,
once in
and
a while,
yeah, and then
they just don't
and then
stick
they
it.
eventually do it, and the team plays a lot better.
And then they change it, and then it's like, oh well, it'll be a long time until we see it again.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Well,
we
I
won that.
mean-
We made the Conca Champions run with the CEO at left back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, whatever we have right now is working because we've only given up 1 goal in the last 4 games.
I mean, they're saying that ever since Belon's been starting, no han perdido.
1 goal in the last 4
Right.
games. That's got to mean
Yeah,
something.
over 220 minutes without a goal received.
Yeah. So
No le cambien.
if it's not broken,
No le
don't fix
cambien.
it.
Don't. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think a friend of mine was pointing out that, you know, the real question is going to be when Barreiro comes back. What do you do there? Do you bench Adonis? And I don't know. I could possibly be in favor of that. But there were some shaky moments in that second half in front of goal against Toluca, and I think Barreiro might clean some of that up. But it's going to be a tough decision to make.
It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a good problem to have. Too much depth, especially on the back line, is never a bad problem.
So, what did we think of Avion?
Avion?
Yeah, what do we think about how Avion did last game?
Did he play?
Yeah.
He started he started on the left, did he not?
He started on the right.
He started as a
left.
a right winger, right?
Espérame.
He started in
See
place of
here.
Angel Mena because Angel Mena didn't start.
Right. So yeah, Ivan Moreno was also in.
Yeah, he was at the right wing. Yeah.
Yeah, right wing.
Mhm.
I don't remember anything special he did. He was subbed out, right? Yeah, they took him out
Yes.
for Mena.
I guess that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather him get those minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember anything special he did.
Yeah, I have the lineup here.
I mean, with the return of Ivan Moreno, it's going to be difficult for him to get minutes. So if you can like slide him in there somewhere for Mena, maybe give Mena a couple minutes off here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even try him on that left wing. I mean, we know how left wing
Avion
is.
technically started at left wing. You're right. He started in that Mena spot.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right wing for Mena.
Right wing. Yeah, right wing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So why not put him on the left wing? I mean, we have that spot's kind of weak right now with Elias out. We have Plátano there, but like I feel like Plátano's more of a mid center player.
Yes.
Yeah, Plátano's not really a wing type player.
Yeah.
He's more of a false 9.
Yes, Arturo Ruiz said Avion was playing on the left wing against Toluca, and he didn't look bad.
Yeah.
I think he was solid. You know, I think we'll call it. It wasn't like we were like, oh my god, but solid. We don't have anything bad to say, so therefore it must be good.
I don't see him starting tomorrow though. I think Mena comes back.
Yeah, I think some of the lineup decisions that were not just were for rotation because we knew we had a doble jornada coming up. That's also why Diente subbed off.
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of us were like, why are we subbing out our best player right now?
Yeah.
Because we
And it
have a
makes
doble
sense.
jornada on Tuesday. We
Yeah.
have to save some legs.
I don't think
Yeah.
I know because I did see like Louis said that DeCio is going to be available, but I don't think it'd be a good idea. Maybe just wait on him until Saturday. If he throws him in for a couple minutes, but I wouldn't start him tomorrow, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wait, who? Tecillo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd bring him off the bench. I mean, Melon's doing such a great job that like you don't want to ruin that. I don't even know. I don't even know if I'd take out Melon. I'd take out Osby, like sub out Osby and give Tecillo
He's
some minutes.
always the weakest link, Carlos.
Just to not
Always the weakest
ruin, just to not ruin the rhythm that Melon is currently on.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I see the tickets are pretty cheap for tomorrow's game. I'm really jealous.
Well, they're dos por uno is what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, nobody wants to see Atlas.
Well, it's mostly because it's a Tuesday night.
I bet if
It's
it
a
was like
Tuesday.
America or Chivas on the Tuesday night, it would be sold out.
Or
They'd
they
never
wouldn't
do
be
that,
2-for-1.
though.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
Of course not. They'd lose money.
Yeah.
Arturo Ruiz put Platano back in left back. Remember the game against Xolos, I think, last season.
Yeah.
I think that's what we like about our team for the most part. A lot of players are very versatile in different positions,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Ivan
not a bad
Moreno
idea.
was not a right back before he came here.
Wait, Ivan Moreno wasn't a right back?
For Puebla, he was mostly playing on the wing, like on the left wing, or even as like a, I think even maybe as a contención. I can't remember. He kind of played all over the place, both for Puebla and for Mazatlan.
That's interesting. Didn't know that.
I guess he's a great right wing back, I guess because he just dominates on that wing as it is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Dientes goal. I mean, qué golazo! Because people, there was the other golazo from Santos Emerson. They're like, that's a golazo. I'm like, me quedo con el de Diente because the way he took that shot with his left and put it on that second post. I mean,
is he a lefty?
That was great.
Is he a natural lefty?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm not sure.
Diente because I mean, if he's not a natural lefty, that's some skill.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone complaining about him underachieving, like though for those moments specifically is why you bring in a player like Diente, because he's the only one on the pitch probably who's capable of the players on the pitch at that time. He's the only player probably capable of something like that.
Yeah.
And that's why you bring in a player like that. I mean, he's not even the best strikers in the world don't score every game. They don't rack up hat tricks left and right. There's some games you're not gonna get on the sheet. But you bring in a player like that to do something like that, and then come winning time, come playoff time, come big moment time. I mean, the player, the team that has that player on the pitch is your team. That's why you bring in a player like that, and he showed us why we brought him in that one moment. I mean, he was already starting to. He had the good goal against Santos, but I mean, this was just a moment of brilliance, and that's why you bring in a player like this. And he might not have another goal that pretty for the rest of the season, but he's not done having big moments for us this in what remains of this tournament. I can say that much.
See,
yeah, and he
according
attempted
to
it a few times
SofaScore.
too.
Yeah, he did.
He tried it a few times. He gave it like previously he had two shots that were kind of the same. One of them was on target. The other one kind of went off to the side, but it almost seemed like he came out with that mentality of like, I'm gonna shoot from long distance today, which made sense because you guys probably didn't listen to it, but Israel Romo was on the TUDN transmisión here in the U.S. and he was saying how Brian Rubio was actually a really good tactical move by Larcamón because as tall as he is, he draws in the center backs, and which gives more space to the Ente. And so that's why he was so open in that right above the key. So it makes sense.
Yeah, people people hate on Rubio, but he's doing the yeoman's work out there. He's not particularly skilled. Like he's not just the most technically gifted striker. Nobody's going to claim that he's the most technically gifted striker, even in the top 20 most technically gifted strikers in Liga MX. If that, 30, 50 even. But he's out there doing the dirty work, doing the yeoman's work up front that everybody thinks, no, a striker's got to get on the score sheet. If he's not getting on the score sheet, he's not contributing. And that's really not the case when it comes to Rubio. Often wasn't the case with Diorio either, and he got a lot of hate for not, for not getting on the score sheet when he was doing other stuff that people weren't really appreciating. So shout out to Rubio. Obviously when Viñas is available, you want Viñas out there. But if he's not, at least you want to see a guy like Rubio going out there and doing the blue collar work up front, the hold up play, just drawing defenders, making it easier for his teammates around him, like you're saying, Carlos.
The guy that did so much and never scored for us was the legendary Nick Killer.
Yeah, Nick Killer.
He was running all over the place, tackling, doing this, doing that, but he never scored.
Where is he anyways?
He's playing back in Uruguay.
As suspiciously as he came, he left. Because I'm and nunca se supo nada.
Hey, he got us that title though, the Liga MX.
He did something.
And he played in the final against Pumas. He got some trash minutes there at the end.
Yeah,
and almost put a capper on that game.
God, I can't believe he missed that.
The closest he came to scoring for León was probably in those trash minutes in the final.
That's crazy. Just remembering Nick Killer. That's crazy. Seems like so long ago.
But they included him not just for the E-Liga stuff, but they included him in when they I remember they used him in the promotional materials when they renewed Joel Campbell's contract. He was wearing that. He was coming down the stairs wearing that tuxedo.
I remember.
He was good for public relations, if nothing else.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Carlos, yes, the Nico Diente Lopez is left-footed.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Hence the great But
shot. He had there was basically, shooting from where he did, there was basically one spot he could put that ball where Volpe couldn't get to it, and he did it.
And we're talking about Volpe too. We're not just talking about any
arguably the best goalkeeper in Liga MX. He can battle it out with Acevedo, but
except when he got scored on 5 goals in that final. That's the only exception.
Yeah, but that was Pachuca, man. They were stacked.
They were stacked, and look at them now. They're just they're just very lost team.
Yeah.
I'm looking at SofaScore, Louis' favorite app, sarcastically. And so Nico Lopez, Diente Lopez was the best player on the León team. And then the worst, quote unquote, was Avion and Brian. But
see, SofaScore has no way of accounting for intangibles. Like what we were talking about with Rubio and what we appreciate about him, SofaScore has no way of tracking that.
Of course.
And that was just, stats just don't tell the whole story when it comes to a player like that.
Yeah.
Well, these don't, but there are other ones more, cater to different things that you want to look at. But
which is why nobody should ever use SofaScore.
No, but it's just for the basic, for the basic people like us who watch the games. Let's see. Arturo Ruiz said, whose goal is better, Gullit's 2014 or Vientes?
You mean the one against in the semifinal? Probably Gullit's because of what the situation was.
Yeah, that one
put us into a final.
Yeah, I'd go.
What game was that?
That was leg 2 of the semifinal against Toluca. If that's the one he's talking about, which I think that's got to be the one he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah. Where you lo vio over, who was the goalie?
He basically just.
It was against Toluca.
He gave it, He gave it a little tap, basically. I think Chema Cárdenas, good old Chema Cárdenas, who was a part of that team and played every minute and never got any respect. Good old Chema Cárdenas put that ball in for him, and he basically just put it in.
Good times,
That
man.
was a good
Good
goal. I
times.
just saw it.
Yeah.
That was a
Was
good
it
goal.
I think that
Talavera?
one. I think that one's a little better, just because it put us in.
I like. Well, maybe that's circumstantial, but I really like Dientes. I mean,
I
that was
mean,
like amazing.
if you guys ask me, like in the last 10 years, what's the best goal that Leon has scored against Toluca, I would go with Chapito's goal. Easily.
Oh, the free kick.
The free kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go with that one easily. Over Gullit too.
Yeah.
He said Chema. Chema was a good guy. Chema was
Yeah.
a good guy.
The unsung hero of that bicampeonato team, also because he was only in for the second title. He hadn't joined the team yet in the first one.
What is Chema doing? See, you just wonder what these players are doing now.
No, I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Chema Cárdenas. Let's see. He's 38.
Yeah, a lot of these players just disappear.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
unsung heroes of that team, of that the second title winning team of the bicampeonato, him and Miguel Sabah.
And the only one left
Miguel
standing
Sabah.
is Elias Hernandez. That's currently on the club,
Prieto.
right?
That
Elias
is
Hernandez.
Prieto.
that is true. Yes, and only because he came back. He was gone for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Chema's after Leon, he went to Tijuana, then Dorados. That was the last team in 2017. Arturo said Chema Cárdenas golazo against Cruz Azul. You're making me look up these goals because it's been a while. It's been a while. Chema Cárdenas versus Cruz Azul. What year was that?
Yeah. Let's see.
Was that the 1-1 9 years ago as well, 2014?
He must have been.
Let's see. Ooh, that was a good goal too. I want that jersey.
Which one? The pink one?
Jersey. The 2014 jersey, the green with the white stripe down the middle.
That one was
Oh.
nice.
That one was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Golazo.
That was such a good team.
That was the jersey.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Leon and like El Bicampeonato and like the legendary players we had, like when I think of Rafa Marquez, I think of him in that jersey. And I think of Nacho Gonzalez, it's that jersey. Gullit,
Yeah.
Gallito, like all these players, that's the jersey that I picture them in. Even though they played in like the pinks and the whites and the blacks, but like this is the iconic jersey.
It's iconic. I was gonna say, yeah, such an iconic jersey. I want it. Let's see. Arturo Rizal said Leon games on Telemundo were better than Tldp. I agree. I enjoyed watching that. I watched the game on VIX, but through Fox Sports this weekend.
Oh, VIX is so bad.
I was like getting annoyed at that game, the Leon game, and then America Santos because it kept like freezing and then it would work and it would get all really fuzzy, like super fuzzy, and I had to like exit, go back in. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know why they invented VIX. Like, why just put the games on TUDN? You know,
they're trying to steer the market. I mean, they're pulling an apple. They're trying to steer the market in the way they want it to go, like forcing people to, like, older audiences who don't get streaming and just want to watch everything on linear TV.
Yeah.
They're trying to push it in the direction of forcing people to get accustomed to streaming.
Yeah.
For me, I don't mind the streaming part. I watch everything on streaming anyway. But they shouldn't be. The fact that so many games are only available through that medium, and you have to pay extra for it. I mean, don't make it any harder than it already is for people to watch your games. You're trying to grow your product.
Right.
That's what we're doing. I mean, we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow their product. We're trying to expand their product to an English speaking audience. That just don't hamstring yourself. Make it easier for people to watch, not harder.
True. So besides tomorrow's game, Wednesday, Monterrey versus Xolos. Also Wednesday, Juarez versus San Luis. Friday, Viernes Botaneros, only 2 games. Necaxa versus Pumas and Mazatlán Querétaro. Our game against Cruz Azul, Chivas, and Tigres, which I just saw that they move the time because of the weekend's concert in Guadalajara, but something about the pitch.
That's what I said. That's what I was talking about in
That's
the
the one
message
you
that I
sent.
sent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse for. I mean, after doing something like that, Chivas has no right to call any other team equipo chico.
That's what happened to Monterrey, because Santos was supposed to be playing Monterrey, and there was a weekend concert in Monterrey, so they had to reschedule, and that game is still pending.
Like Chivas, Amaury Vergara owns that stadium. Like there is nothing he should be doing that makes it so the team can't play there. That is stuff of equipo chico. That is an equipo chico move.
Well,
Yeah.
they want to cash out money. I mean, look, think about it. If we had, right, I would be pissed off at our team if we had this, like, if it was, obviously we know it's not going to happen, but we did with this amazing Great Leon Stadium, and then they want to do concerts there. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, really, guys? You guys are not putting our team, in as a priority.
Well, the ironic thing is they're going to play in the Estadio Jalisco, and it'll be their only sellout of the season.
Yeah.
Like if they play in Estadio Jalisco, they will sell out.
Yeah.
Huh.
Whereas they never sell
Tigres?
out when they play in the Akron. It's always
Against Tigres.
Yeah. Oh yeah, against Tigres to boot.
Yeah.
Against Tigres. That's gonna be a good game.
That is going to be a good game. Also, Pachuca Puebla Saturday and Monterrey America Saturday. So a lot of good games on Saturday. Sunday, Toluca San Luis, Santos Juarez, and Xolos Atlas.
So we have a doble jornada this week, but then we also have a doble jornada next week, right?
So next week,
Because
yes,
it shows here we play Saturday and then Tuesday again next week. So this Saturday and then Tuesday against Pumas. And then Friday.
Pumas.
That's right.
Holy
the other
smokes.
game's Friday?
Yeah, and then Friday, Viernes Botanero versus Puebla.
That's right.
So, like, that's a lot of tired legs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, it's a good thing we're having Tecillo back in case one of the other guys, something happens.
I mean, some of these games should be pretty winnable. But yeah, doble jornada back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back weeks. Again, I'm hoping the best thing. Hoping for the best. I mean, I did predict a draw of Toluca, so
This is what you get for predicting draws, Cuddy.
maybe that's what I need to do, so they could be like, you know what, Cuddy, we're gonna prove you wrong. I mean,
It's like the third time you predict a draw.
Did anybody get it right from us?
I don't think so.
No,
I said
don't
2-1.
think so. I don't remember anybody saying 1-0. Everyone gave like 3-2, 4-1.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a high scoring back and forth kind of game.
Well, I don't know how Toluca didn't score. Let's put it that way. But they didn't score.
Well, there was that one play where it was a miracle it stayed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
in other news,
I was gonna say any other news.
There was a game today that Fidel Ambris participated in.
I was seeing that.
Fidel Ambris participated in Los Juegos Panamericanos, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he started. I don't know how many minutes he played. I turned it off after halftime, but he did start. Played the first half. I'm not sure if he played the second half because I didn't watch it. But Mexico ended up losing to Chile 1-0.
1-0. I don't know when they. Do you know when they play next?
I don't know, but yeah, he's not going to be here for, I don't know, another week maybe.
I don't even know how many games there were. I always like that the Mexico Panamericano jersey when we go to play those tournaments. Just seeing if there's any other news that we have to.
Anything else? somebody pointed out, not somebody, our friend Cheque Gasca pointed out. I don't know if you guys saw it. He quoted a tweet by Joel Campbell a couple days ago, maybe last week sometime. Joe Campbell tweeted out, being at his new club, he said something like, "I'm finally disfrutando del fútbol," or something like that. Like, after a long time, I'm finally enjoying playing football again.
I saw that. I don't read too much into it because he hasn't been happy. He hasn't been happy anywhere he's played. It's not a testament to Leon at all. He wasn't happy in Rayados. He wasn't happy at Arsenal. The only time you've ever really seen him happy was playing for the Costa Rican national team. And so, maybe he just needs to be in Costa Rica or around his Costa Rican brethren to be happy. I don't know, but I don't read anything into that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well then, as long as George Campbell is happy, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he's not our problem anymore. So he can be happy and he can do anything he wants to be happy anywhere he wants.
Look, Louis, I still care about that. As long as they're good, Well, I think most of the players that have left, I'm like, oh, I hope they're doing good, or what are they up to, blah, blah. And some of them, I'm like, like, I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah.
I think that's it, guys. I don't have any other news.
Yeah, I think that's it.
We got to predict 2 games here now, because I don't think we're going to be back before Saturday.
Yeah, Atlas, Cruz Azul.
Let's go ahead.
2 very winnable matches.
No.
I mean, especially Cruz Azul. I mean, they're done. They're done.
Yeah, I think any fire that they might have still had glowing was extinguished by that devastating last minute Cruz Azul at Tigres.
I looked at your message and I was like, oh my God, what happened? And I Googled it and I looked on Twitter and I was like, oh my God, only Cruz Azul. You know what's funny? I was walking out here the other day and here a lot of people put like Halloween decorations. And at one of the houses there is un esqueleto sentado en una silla. And it has a Cruz Azul jersey on. And I thought that was so funny.
Should have taken a picture.
I will. I'm going to go out for a walk and I'm going to take it. I'm like, look, guys, I thought it was funny. I told Tom, I was like, oh my God, I have a Cruz Azul jersey. He's like, ¿por qué? Porque están muertos. I was like, yeah. Siempre.
Well, no hay que confiarse. We are Levanta Muertos, but
that's what I was going to say.
Not usually on the road, though. Not usually on the road. It's usually when those bad teams come into El Glorioso and we let them hang around. It's not when we go and play them away. Not usually.
Okay, do we have any? What teams are going to come to Leon? It could be a Levanta Muerto situation.
I think. Well, Juárez? Just depend. Well, Juárez maybe, depending on how their next few matches go.
Obviously, Atlas,
but they're not. I mean, they're not muerto.
Yeah.
They're not. Neither is Juárez. I mean,
No,
our remaining home games are this one against Atlas, then Halloween against Pumas, yeah, and then definitely not a muerto, and then on the 12th, the last day of the season against Juárez.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of those are going to be true Levanta Muerto situations. The last one really is this game against Cruz Azul and maybe Puebla. But again, we don't really levantar muertos on the road. We only do it. It seems like we do it at home.
I was gonna tell you guys. Did you guys know about the whole debut FC de Azteca? About basically like a reality TV show. They convocan a like young men and young women professional players, and they go through these like elimination. And at the end of the day, at the end of the like programa, they give a professional contract to Mazatlan for a male player and then for a female player. Yeah.
Is that really a prize? Is that really any kind of prize, though?
I mean, that's the angle. Like, they're like, hey, here's you get to, play for the team. Here's your contract. Vas a debutar and all that stuff. It's called Debut FC, like the Azteca.
Is that like run by Mazatlan, or
yeah?
Okay.
Mazatlan and
I don't
Azteca
know.
is the same thing.
They
It's
need
the same
to
thing.
they need to stop worrying about like TV shows and start worrying about getting a good product on the pitch. I know they just beat Atlas pretty bad, but then there was the whole news about them changing the name of the stadium from El Kraken to El Encanto, which I thought was, bro,
I didn't know
someone needs
that.
to teach you. Someone needs to teach you a lesson about how to build and stabilize a culture. Because I mean,
I
if you
like
don't,
El
until
Kraken.
you have that, yeah, but they're not going to call it that anymore. Now it's called El Encanto, which I guess is like an official sponsor.
No.
But
I like El Kraken because it reminds me of like, what are those? What are those animal crabs? Like, just reminds me of crabs and like,
well, the
oh, it's
Kraken is a
Mazatlan.
cephalopod. It's like an octopus or a squid.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of crabs for me. So
Yeah, I like it too because it reminds me of my NHL team, the Seattle Kraken.
Seattle Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not off to a great start this season, but hopefully they can turn it around.
Depending on whether Mazatlan win their next game and a series of other results, they could potentially move into repechaje.
The play-in spots. We're not calling it repechaje anymore, Carlos.
Oh, it's play-in.
It's the play-in.
Ah,
The play-in, and it only goes to number 10, and not number 12.
Trust me, I hate it as much as you do, especially in Mexico. Like,
I don't know. As long as we don't have to,
playing.
as long as we don't have to participate in it, I think it could be kind of fun.
Like, imagine how much more competitive this league would be at this very moment and for the last 2 weeks if we still only chose the top 8 spots.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Juárez, León, Tijuana, Atlas, Querétaro, Pachuca, like all these teams would be duking it out. Monterrey, Toluca, to try to get into that position. But no,
Yeah.
it's Liga MX and everybody gets in.
Everybody gets in.
Well, I mean, I think they took a page out of the NBA book, and everybody complained about it in the NBA too. Like, obviously, a team that has to do the play-in is not doing anything in the actual playoffs. And then the Miami Heat were a play-in team, and they made it all the way to the finals, and now the play-in is here forever. So I think they're gonna do a test run with it. If it proves to be exciting, and if a team from the play-in actually goes far in the Liga, then they might keep it around for a while. But again, as long as León isn't involved in it, I think it could be fun.
Yeah, but the last few times we've been involved in it, it hasn't been fun.
Well, that was the old repechaje, not the play-in.
I mean, it's just a name change, right?
Well, no, because now it's only the top 10 teams, and the winner of the 7-8 matchup, the winner of the 7-8 matchup goes directly in, and then the loser of the 7-8 matchup gets another chance against the winner of the 9-10. So the winner of the 9-10 has to win 2 games.
Oh.
Yeah, and the winner and the loser of the 7-8 gets a second chance if they lose. So it's different. I mean,
I'm so out of the loop, man.
Yeah.
But that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it would be too stressful if León had to be in it, especially because I'm probably not going to be able to go to any of those games. But if I think it could be fun in a general sense. I think it could be a fun thing to watch.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's why they do it, for the views, the entertainment, el espectáculo. Because everyone knows this. Everyone knows, and you take any 2 teams from this league, and you put them into a liguilla type of match, and it's going to generate good football, good competition, and a lot of eyes.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if a team like Mazatlan sneaks in? We know they were surprisingly decent in the Leagues Cup. They went farther than anyone thought they would. So who knows what they can do in an elimination type situation.
Same with Querétaro.
But what do you say, guys? Should we predict these next 2 games?
Yeah, let's start predictions.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Prediction time!
Okay, so I saw that Arturo already gave us his predictions: 3-1 versus Atlas and 2-1 against Los Chemos.
Yeah.
Okay, Louis.
Yeah. I'm going to go 4-1 against Atlas. I think we really break out. Well,
High
keeping in
scoring,
mind
Willie?
that we need to win by a number of goals to get closer to fourth place. I don't think we're
That's
going to
too
quite
much
get
to
it if we
ask
win.
from
If we
Leon.
win
Let's be honest.
4-0, I think we would get there, but I don't think we're going to get 4-0. I think we're going to get a 4-1. We're going to come just short of putting in the top four, but then we'll get another chance when we play Pumas next week directly to get past them. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4-1. I think anytime you face a team in a final, and especially when that final ends up being so meaningful for the opponent that you faced, it just hits different when you play that team again. At least for the next few years afterward. You know what I mean? So I think this Leon Atlas matchup still has a little bit of extra to it because of how recently they squared off in that final. And I think Leon's going to be out for blood. I think Atlas is a wounded animal. They're going to be out with they're without their best player, arguably Naldo Rocha. I think they're vulnerable. They just lost 3-1 at home to Mazatlan. I think we got a chance to hang a few on them. I really do. So I think it's going to be a 4-1 for Atlas. And should I do Cruz Azul right away? Yeah. I think 2-0. Leon 2-0. Cruz Azul, I think they're going to go in and take care of business at the Azteca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those would be backwards, but interesting.
No, it's never. You're not going to go into the even against a bad Cruz Azul team. You're never going to go into the Azteca and golear. I mean, we did it at one time in 2019 against America, and that was the most amazing game I ever went to. But aside from that, you can't expect that.
Okay, sounds good then. 4-1 and 2-0. Carlos.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Leon against Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just played. I don't know if our guys are going to be 100%. I think Larcamon might send out a little bit of a shuffled starting 11. But we'll get the win either way, 2-1. And then against Cruz Azul, I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 there. Because we have to travel. We just played 2 games. Tired, but we'll pull it out because Cruz Azul are just so bad.
Okay. You took my scoreboard. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do 2-0 Leon versus Atlas. Leave them scoreless. And then for Cruz Azul, I'm gonna do 3-1. Why not? Let's be different. 3-1. 3-1 Leon.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? Let's have fun.
3
I want to
goals.
have fun.
Oh, so we get a victory dance video.
Hopefully, yeah.
You are going to that game?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Be careful.
Yeah. I'm gonna be have my wits about me this time, but I will be there. I'm not gonna be dissuaded from going to do my thing. That is not a thing that's going to happen. And I will most likely be at the game in Puebla also the following Friday.
Okay. So no, you're not gonna go to the Pumas game. What are you saying?
Yeah. That's here at home.
Oh, okay. That's at home, and then the other one's away.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, hopefully everything goes well for Leon. Yes, Carlos.
Oh no, I was just.
Hope everything goes well for Leon. We'll see what happens. Tecillo is supposed to come back, so we'll see if he gets any minutes tomorrow or this weekend. And yeah, hoping for the best as Leon is coming on a doble jornada. So thank you everybody that listened on a Monday Night Football.
Just one other quick thing. I'm annoyed that Tldp is not with the team right now because of some Molero tournament.
Oh, low. Leave that man alone. Let him go. Let him do his thing. We have Pevecito. We have Perro. We're good.
I'm sorry. It's better experience for him to be playing Liga MX matches than Sub-23 like at the Pan American Games. If he wants to be a factor on the senior national team, I mean, look at the 2019 team that played the last Pan American Games. I don't think. I mean, the number of players who are factors on the senior team now are shockingly low. So he should be playing Liga MX matches instead of that. Rant over. He should be with the team though right now. He shouldn't miss 5 matches.
You're just mad that he's with the Mexico team. Leave that man alone, Louis. Leave that man alone.
I'm not. I would be mad if any of the players went to any team for that kind of tournament and had to miss 5 matches, Liga MX matches down the stretch.
I know we're covered.
Which is better experience.
I mean, we're covered. It's not like we're depending on Fidel. I mean, with Jefecito being back, we had said Jefecito and Perro have been a good duo, and with more, experience and seniority. I mean, I'm confident in them. I don't think we need a Fidel. So I think Fidel adds something. Yes, of course. I think it's great for him to get, minutes and establish himself in the Liga MX team. But right now, I mean,
he's a player capable of es un jugador diferente. He's capable of things other dudes on the roster are not. But only guys like, I mean, we were talking before about how having a guy like Diente is so important because he's capable of doing things like that. I mean, that was one of those guys who's capable of doing things like that. We saw it in the CCL semifinal. Like, he's capable of having those moments, and I want him. I want him on the team. I don't want him playing this tournament where that means nothing and he might just get hurt. Yeah,
it's a good resume.
But luckily,
throws hands.
Luckily, Mexico in that tournament lost today, so hopefully they'll have an early exit and he'll be back with us soon.
You're so mean. So mean.
I want our player back, and it's better for him to play for León than it is to play for
Pero no es indispensable ahorita. That's what I'm telling you.
If
it was like, oh, Liguilla run versus that, yeah, I'd be pissed. I'm like, no, you need to be with the team. But it's not. When there's still games. Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's gonna be gone another week and a week and a half.
I mean, if he pulled the JJ Macias on us, I'd be pissed at Fidel. Like, if he left during Liguilla or during a final, I'd be pissed. Right now, it's no big deal. Not to me. He'll be back.
Arturo said, "Damn, Louis salty today."
Well, I just thought of it as we're closing down. I wanted to mention that, and so I had to get it in there. I had to get it in there quick and brutal because we're about to head out.
Although Sauce Boys, I agree, unless it's with Selección, with all the big boys, it's a waste of time. It should be with us. Well, then
Thank you, Sauce Boy.
We're
split. Thank you, Sauce Boy. It means even more if you support the Mexican national team in general. I appreciate the effort, because this tournament that he's playing right now is meaningless. It could not be more meaningless than anything he could do. Whereas Liga MX regular season games are never meaningless.
I mean, but it's a bad look if you get called up and you say no or you reject it. It's a bad look on the player.
I'm going to go through that roster who played the last Pan American Games in 2019 and see how many of those dudes are factors at all for the big team.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I mean, look, these players, like, obviamente quieren jugar para Mexico. I mean, he's young. He wants to play for Mexico. And if this a useless tournament, well, what you say, that's, for him, marks something. I mean, ¿quién se lo quita?
Yeah, there could be international scouts at those games.
I mean, I think there's enough tape on the dude for him to get call-ups to the regular call-ups to the senior team already.
Well, we're not going to get into that because obviously the senior team is a different situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, all I'm saying, I get where you're coming from, and where I'm coming from is, like, he wants to play for Mexico. He wants to represent his country. Right now, we're at a point where it's not, and I mean, every Liga MX game, things could change, but ¿qué más podemos hacer? In my opinion, anyway.
Yep.
I mean, we're in a title window right now. I want all hands on deck for that.
But okay, would you take him? Okay, so if he's playing right now with, we say Panamericanos and it's whatever, right? Not having him. Would you take that, not having him available because of that, or having him in those games and playing like shit every game? Por decir. What would you take? Not having him, or still having him and playing like shit?
I mean, I don't think the evidence would suggest that that's particularly likely. I mean, I kind of disagree with the root of the hypothetical.
But they can have bad games, Louis.
I mean, sure they can.
Yeah, but
There's
he
also
could have
there's
like
absolutely no
streak
but
of
there's absolutely no guarantee either that him playing for the Sub-23 in these Juegos Panamericanos helps his cause in any way to get more
But
call-ups with
why
the senior team.
not? No, but
Well, there's nothing. I mean, it's another hypothetical. It's another hypothetical that's not. I mean, it's kind of baseless.
I'm not even talking about the senior team. I'm talking about just in general with his development with playing in representing his country internationally. I mean, that's just my point at the end of the day. I'm not necessarily targeting him like, oh, he's playing because he wants to go to that can be down the line, but at this point, like it's just
I'll put it this way. He helps his chances of being a future contributor to the senior men's national team for Mexico by playing well for León than he does by playing well for the Sub-23 in the Juegos Panamericanos. And if he's not with León, he can't play well for León.
But unfortunately, and I say this because we have not had, right, un jugador de cantera de León que se haya ido al extranjero a fútbol europeo, right? So, like Carlos said, in these games, there's a lot of talent, a lot of youth. It could be scouts looking for him. So, wouldn't it be good for him to get that type of exposure as well? Because we haven't had we have a lot of cantera players and we have been loaning them up and whatever, but we haven't had one that has gone. So why not give him another window of exposure and another team?
That was Jota Macias' reasoning too, and he went and absolutely crashed and burned.
But he wasn't a cantero de nosotros. But he wasn't. He
was playing for our team, and if he had been here to play in the final for us, that would have helped his cause way more. Like. It goes both ways.
Yeah, but JJ was a different case because we know at the end of the day, his mindset is very different than Fidel. I want to believe. Maybe. At the end of the day, le ganó la playera. I mean, I'm just saying.
Maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both making a decision.
But you can't. No, but you can't say, oh, because Fidel's going in these like Panamericanos that you're comparing him exactly like JJ right now. You can't say that.
It's not the exact same situation, no, but there are things about situations to compare. There are things about the situation to compare. It's not completely the same situation,
I think
but there are similarities. There are similarities. But my point is the door swings both ways. He's just as likely to hurt his future candidacy for the senior team or his European prospects by going to the Pan American Games and playing poorly. They just lost one. He was starter, played 90 minutes. They just lost 1-0.
But you don't watch the game, and neither did I, so we don't know exactly how he played.
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Tough match.
I'll have the same.
I watched the first half. It was a really tough match. Chile was actually really, really good. If you guys watch, it was good competition, like you would expect. It was actually a really good game. That being said, I think at the end of the day, the player, su representante, the coach, the front office are going to do what's best for the player, and they're going to sign off on that. And if this is what's best for Fidel, then so be it. But if the front
they're
office,
going to do what they think is best for the player,
no, but they call the player.
Or the front office says we don't think this is a good move for you.
No, but what happens is that they call the players like, hey, we've been watching you. We've been seeing that you've been doing well. Like, we think, are you interested in coming to play the call up? Do you think it's the right time? Blah, blah. I mean, they have all those discussions beforehand. It's not just the club, but they do talk to Fidel and say, hey, we've been watching you. Like, we want to come and play Panamericanos, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, he made a decision.
Yeah, and I just have serious doubts about whether it was the right one. And I really wish we had him right now. It's those two things.
Pero,
combined. You're right. I mean, we don't.
What a difference, Louis? Like right now.
Yeah, it would always make a difference to have a player with his capabilities available.
Were you not content with what we had last weekend?
I would have liked a couple more goals. No, he's a creative.
Le pensaste mucho.
Well, I'm happy with large portions of the performance, but then we get there are moments when we get stagnant. You like a player with his creative abilities to be available. I mean, you want all of your weapons in the arsenal available, if at all possible. And I don't know, this seems like an unnecessary absence in some ways to me. And I would like to have him available for the stretch run, and he's going to miss most of it. And if we end up as a play-in team, which, I mean, anything's possible. We could end up as probably as high as third, maybe even second if everything goes the right way. or we could end up in the play-in, or we could end up out of it altogether. And if we end up on the bottom end of that spectrum, we're going to look back at this and we wish we had all our pieces available.
Nah, I don't think so. I think if we don't make it, it'll be because the other guys didn't put enough, what you need.
Effort.
Effort. I mean, it's not because we don't know. No team depends on one player, Louis. You've said it many times on this show.
Of course not. But I mean, he was obviously Davila ended up getting it officially, but Fidel was arguably the MVP of the CCL run. And now we don't have him. I mean, this was supposed to be this season was supposed to be his big coming out party. We don't have him, and we don't have him available for basically the entire stretch run of the season.
But
if we win all these games and finish in the top four, sure. If we win all these games and finish in the top four, then we can come back to this conversation and reassess,
reevaluate,
reevaluate it.
Wait, so what happens if we win? If we want a winning streak without him, does that change your point of view?
No,
does that mean
that is not a baseless hypothetical. That there's actually meat to that hypothetical.
But we can conclude that the duo has been strengthening over the games, and that no le tenemos que mover. And you would agree that maybe we just let these two guys play, and Fidel stays on bench in the meantime.
I agree that venimos de menos a más. I agree that venimos de menos a más, and whether with him or without him. But I'd like to. Nothing changes about that I'd like to have him available. Okay, yeah, estamos dando muchas vueltas. Then I guess my answer is no. I want him back. Period. I don't think what he's doing is worth it, and I want him back. Period. There's my answer. You're happy now?
Okay, no. es que es un capricho because you're saying I want him. Period. Like that's it. Like it doesn't matter anything. Like I want him. Period.
No, there are things. There are things that would be worth leaving the team for. This is not one of them.
Louis, it's just the. Okay, I quit.
He'll be back.
We're not.
He'll be back. Think of it as a little mini vacay. He'll be back.
He'll be back, and then we're gonna go on a deep playoff run, make the finals, and lift the title. And we're just gonna forget about this, and we're just gonna forget about this conversation and be like, "Man,
maybe that's the best case scenario. But I mean, if we struggle unexpectedly through the next 4 or 5 matches, which on paper are easier and shouldn't need his services, then we might look back and wish we had him.
I think if we struggle in the next 4 or 5 matches, I don't think anybody's gonna go, "Oh my God, I wish we would have had Fidel there." I think people are going to go, maybe Osby shouldn't have done that. Or maybe if we had this guy here, or maybe, tactically.
And we're recovering players as they get injured. You know what I mean? Like, Viñas, we haven't seen. Borja barely got trash minutes. Obviously, we're coming to Seal, Barreiro. I mean, it's not like we have a full healthy squad. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be missing pieces as it is.
Right. So it'd be nice to have the healthy ones available. I mean, you're just destroying your own argument.
No, you're not
even have to say anything. You're destroying
your
own argument.
No, you're not.
Thank you for joining us on the Lions Den podcast.
No, you're not.
We have so many injuries, so we shouldn't be sending the healthy ones away.
Good. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, like Carlos said, you said our team does not depend on one player. If they want to go, they go. Then why are you defending him? Why are you saying like, no, he needs to stay here and not move? Like he needs to be with us and not go. We don't
because I don't see because I don't see the benefit in what he left for.
I don't depend. This team does not depend on Fidel. That's my.
I'm not saying we depend on him. I never at one moment in one.
But you're. What I said was that you want him. Now,
what I said was I would
him
prefer,
going is useless.
Yes, him going is useless, so he should be with us. He shouldn't be at this tournament that means nothing.
Okay, I
think we need to log off and go watch the Astros, aka the Tigres of MLB, get eliminated.
Are they losing?
Eliminated. They're down by like 9 runs.
Oh, great. Awesome. I mean, I don't like the Rangers either, but sorry, Cuddy. But they're less evil than the Astros.
You don't watch MLB, do you?
No, I don't. I don't.
I mean, I don't have anything against the Rangers, to be honest.
Yeah, you do. It's the same division. We hate all the teams in the division that are
It is, but like they I don't know. They were bad for so long that like it's good to finally see them actually do well.
And they bought a bunch of old players, so their title window is not going to be very long.
And now they're getting rid of like the most hated team in the league, so it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's go watch it.
Okay, guys, let's go. Get out of
All
here.
right.
Let's go.
Let's
Bring
go.
back Fidel.
Leave him where he's at. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Lions Den podcast, and we'll see you guys next week on another episode. Bye.